God. He's the one that we owe everything to. He's the one we've got to put our faith and trust in at the end of the day. When we die, we don't know where we're going from here. We can just trust God. You say you love me, well, then comfort me and let me know that you really have that power and you want me to live in a world that's better, not this crap hole of a world that we call a civilization. It's not. How can it be? Where's the progress? Where's the progress? They're fixing roads and stuff like that. Oh, they'll say, well, there's the progress. We're building highways, and this is where your taxes are going. But no, we're not making progress. The wealth division is still growing. The wealth disparity, it keeps growing. More and more people are getting poor. More and more people are needing welfare. Do you understand? The problems are getting etched in stone. And once that happens, it's like pulling teeth to turn it around, because then you're threatening somebody else's job security. If you just ended poverty, can you imagine all the people that feel threatened? Though they shouldn't be, it's illogical that they feel threatened, because their currency too will go up in worth. And as everybody's made to feel secure, if we just bought poor people houses and say, we're ending this problem, that's it. We'll let all the immigrants in the world come to America too. But first, we're doing this in an orderly, first come, first serve fashion. No leapfrogging, no privilege, no special benefits, no exclusive benefits to anybody else for any other reason, especially when we're the ones making problems in the Middle East, and then saying, hey, well, we need to bring all these people in and we caused all these problems. Okay, it's insane. And then we got the Pope. What's new in the news these days? The Pope is coming out. He's taking ISIS aside. He says, well, this is, Christians, maybe they deserve to get their heads, whatever he's saying. It's not okay. This is about why he's been known as the Antichrist for a long time. The Seventh-day Adventists, they consider themselves a remnant church, and they've held this history very close to the vest. They've known it. They've been exposed in the church. This is why they've been hated. This might be one of the reasons they were one of the chosen groups in Hitler's Germany in the Nazi concentration camps that were being targeted for execution. Okay, and if you remember the images of the Pope conferring with the Pope du jour with Hitler, kissing each other's rings. We got that same kind of thing going on. The Pope's all for socialism, when really that just creates more and more wealth disparity. It just etches the problems in stone, like communist China. We don't want that in America. We don't want to be India with your stupid caste system. Talk about wealth disparity. The untouchables. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. We don't want Mexico, and we don't want China. We don't want Africa. We want America, okay? We want America. We want our Bill of Rights and our Constitution. We want the right to pursue happiness. We want the right to be free, to be safe and secure, okay? And we don't have that right. It's been taken from us by this New World Order cabal. We're in it now. Yes, it's starting in California, but the California-fication of the nation is on its way. And all of us need to be very sober-minded about this and understand this is not a good thing. This is a bad thing. This is where your hopes are permanently dashed to ever be a homeowner again. You see, wages are stifled. They're not nearly keeping up with the cost of living, okay? And it just gets worse and worse and worse. It's like running in sand, but the sand just keeps getting deeper and deeper and deeper. It's hopeless. So you wonder why people give up? Don't tell them the answer is working hard. Bull. There's not even enough work out there. What does that even mean, work hard? When other people, the educated ones, say, no, don't work hard, work smart. So it's no wonder everybody's so confused. We're all so dumbed down. We're also brainwashed and screwed up by this unreality. That's all we have here. It's illogical. It's an unreality, and it's marked for destruction, okay? And the only hope we have is trusting in God's Word. It's all in the Bible. If you want to know the nature and character of God, it's all written down. He didn't want it hidden. He wants it exposed. He wants to understand Him so we can emulate Him, be like Him, be a spokesperson for Him, and go out there and try to set people's minds straight and help them understand. It's not nutty talk what I'm doing here. It's logical talk what I'm doing. I'm saying we need to fix problems and get to the bottom of it once and for all. And the only way we're ever going to find true happiness is by doing that. We cannot neglect the needs of others. We can't do it and say, hey, I can enjoy all the prosperity in the world while the wealth disparity keeps growing, while poverty keeps exploding, Well, we got more and more problems. The debt just keeps on growing. And you've got your prosperity. The crime, we got a nice steady flow of crime, lots of security in the prison industry. Uh, well, we got lots of people willing to join the service because, hey, there's a good job and this is where I'm wanted, and this is hey, I'm doing a good thing. It's valiant. We all get it. We all understand why people join the service. I myself tried to join the service. The morning of 9/11, I tried to join the National Guard. I was too old. I was 43 at the time. They didn't want me. I tried to join the Coast Guard when I was 20. So I understand. My dad was a World War II Marine. And, so I come from a military family in that sense. But, after JFK was assassinated, my dad kind of snapped. And, he really liked JFK, and he wrote a book that ended up being censored. He just absolutely despised, he believed the Republicans were behind it. Even though Martin Luther King Jr. was a Republican, he was beside himself after that incident too. Maybe he thought MLK Jr. was an infiltrator to the Republican Party because he knew there was a lot of evil in it. But there's a lot of evil in both parties. Okay, that's the way it is. We've got the Republicans saying, well, because Hillary's more establishment, we'd rather actually see her in office than Trump, because Trump's going to rock the boat. He's not beholden to these special interest groups, and we're all part of that. We all take money from the lobbyists. We get money in any way we can. You want to deliver in an unmarked trunk to my doorstep? Go ahead. Whatever way you can. But yeah, I'll work for you, New World Order cabal, and all you sundry minions, you lobbyists in there, special interest groups and all this crap. Well, Trump's not beholden to that. Okay, and he said, look, he seems to me like he's going egalitarian. He realized he's spent his life being greedy and it was empty and shallow, and he doesn't care. He's bored. Okay, good. Then God's got his heart. He reads his Bible. He's quoted Jesus. I mean, good. If I'm deceived, then so be it. I'll find out. But, people can't condemn each other. I mean, correct me in a civilized, diplomatic manner, politely, but, not like at these rallies. I see, Alex Jones has a reporter back at these Trump rallies, and all these negativists, all the best they could do is F Trump, F Trump. I mean, it's a mantra. They're mindless minions. That's all they know is that, hey, somebody that they trust told them that, Trump was no good for nothing. They didn't want to hear another word out of him. They hate capitalism with a passion because of the wealth disparity. You see, nothing's happening in a vacuum. So capitalism is being, it's being pigeonholed as a whole, and people are blaming it when really the problem is not capitalism, but it's fascism. Fascism is when the government's working with private interest groups. So they are another special interest group working against the best interests of the people for job security. You understand how this works? All these jobs now that have sprouted up around the problems, and how devastating it'd be for these people. Wow, we can't solve problems now. We need to proliferate them and perpetuate them forever because my job security. And I'm handing my job on to my kids. So, we got nepotism everywhere, all this stuff, special favorites, and buy-in programs. I got an education. I got all these credentials, and I'm in on this establishment thing. You see the problems we have and why we can't seem to fix them? There's a myriad of reasons. There's a lot of people out there that want to support the continued establishment, keep this trajectory going as far as they can. At least they know it's coming in. They want to run as far and hard as they can, take this thing to its limits. And you know what? If we don't stand up against them and say, no more debasement of our currency. No, you're not going to do it. No, I want justification. Why is this thing going up in cost? I am not going to tolerate it. I'm not going to keep paying the wealth of my children and my children's children to the Federal Reserve banksters so they can keep on exacerbating this problem and keep it going in this direction. No, I object. I am not going to allow my currency to be debased anymore. No more inflation. I want sound currency. I demand sound currency. And you're going to hear me. You're going to hear. The mainstream media is going to hear. They're going to start talking about JFK and what got him killed. Who was really behind it? Cui bono? Who benefits? Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what's fiscally prudent, what's best for this country. Let's talk about what's a liberal value and what's a conservative value. And let's say, I just want the best of both. Leave the rest behind. I don't want communism. I don't want crony capitalism. I don't want any of that crap that just causes more and more problems and division. All these subjective terms they interject into our vocabulary. Okay? No, we've got to stand up and say, you know what? We take the bull by the horns, and you say no. The next time somebody tells you that your dollars are worth less in relation to this commodity, then you just tell them no. Okay? We need to go back 50 years and look at the statistic, look at the facts of what I'm trying to convey to people, and understand that the buying power of a dollar was dramatically more 50 years ago. Overall, it's lost, since the inception of the Federal Reserve, it's lost